Yeah, the 1988 Ford Thunderbird instrument cluster is not really difficult to take out of the car. The most important thing would be the transmission shift lever cable. It's mounted onto the steering column with this collar, and the actual indicator selection apparatus is this little fishing type wire here that you got to loop back over the hook that moves when you shift the lever. So this is important that you properly take this off. The cluster itself comes off with screws that are mounted in the corners once you've removed some of the dash instrumentation to get to this, the dash facing, to get this out. It has almost 20 bulbs installed in it, and they go bad. Although I found there's an actual indicator on the other side that tells you a bulb is out, but I've never seen it light up on this car, and we've lost a couple of bulbs. In fact, a couple were burned out when I went to inspect this. Here's one of the burned out bulbs. The bulbs actually are very simple $1 type bulbs that actually insert into the sockets of these openings. In other words, that's just a socket that you're looking at there. You pull the bulb out. Then once you've mounted that, you just put it back in and give it a half turn in the proper way, and it's installed back in there. I believe the speedometer bulbs are at the top. They reflect down through an area that goes to the speedometer. I just don't remember, and that isn't why I took this off. I took this off to inspect a voltage regulator. It's a 5-volt voltage regulator that controls the gauges, the gas gauge and the temperature gauge, both which became suspect because they were reading high, and I thought the contacts inside this were bad, so I actually took it apart. It's not that difficult, but it takes a little bit of work with some small hand tools. Anyway, as you can see, when you put this back in, you simply plug in the electrical cable connectors, much like you almost would for a computer, except these are just fairly simple for their time. Anyway, I'm going to install this back in the car, and I just wanted to show you what this looked like. This is from a 1988 Ford Thunderbird. I'm sure the 87 is the same, and probably the Cougar as well took similar parts. And this is just for educational purposes as to what this looks like. You can actually take this bezel off too if you had to clean the back side of this, or up against the dash indicators themselves. Although I didn't see where any dust or anything got back there. You have to take off these other smaller nuts that hold that on, and you also have to release this adhesive circular piece here that fits over the steering column area, and you have to be careful because you're also going to be pulling on this connector down here, electrical connector, so that can be done. So this is ready to go back in.